This is just a little lighting test. Thinking about doing a shot here. The direct light on my face, not really what I was going for. I was mostly interested in the reflections off of the water. But thing is, the sun is just a little too exposed up there. Fine, we're over here. Hi. Yeah, see, that's better. I gotta plan out my shots, you know? When your YouTube channel is mostly just single take shots, it's gotta look good, right? Well, now that I'm here, and now that you're here, should we talk about something? It's hard to talk about a little thing, like a clearly defined little nugget, without feeling like I have to explain everything, like I have to give all of the context, all of the backstory, connect all of the points, just tell, basically starting with the Big Bang. Like, all right, let's start from the beginning. We have hydrogen, helium, so I don't know, that's just something that I'm not very good at yet, is taking a little topic and drawing a nice clear boundary around it. Be like, I'm going to talk about this thing. I don't have to explain everything. But the main thing that's been on my mind, which is what my other video was about on this island, is that, oh man, just how we communicate to our kids and how that shapes their psyche, how it forms it. It's like they've got these little Play-Doh brains, and I'm in there just like squishing it all around, and pretty soon it's gonna set. It's gonna dry, it's gonna calcify, it's gonna become hard in this weird ass shape that I made when I don't know anything about Play-Doh or brains, for that matter. So it's really it's hard to appreciate just how moldable the human organism is. You know, when you're starting with a baby, you can kind of turn him into anything. And to make my point, I mean, have you ever seen like video footage or read any reports about actual children raised by wolves? Because that happens occasionally. You'll have a child that is, abandoned out, in the wilderness, and some wild dogs of some sort will take it and raise it. It's a wild thing to actually think about, especially now as a parent. As a kid, it was just like, oh, this was like a fairy tale story or something. But now I'm just like, oh my God. Well, anyway, I saw some video footage of a kid that had happened to. And I'll tell you, it was freaky. This kid, who was in this video, maybe, I don't know, 10 years old or something, I'm not sure. But this was not a human anymore. They were on all fours all the time, basically. Their movements were very dog-like. Their mannerisms were completely dog-like. They were just barking and growling and howling and, just like, they were dogs or wolves, however you want to put it. And they would never go back to being human, ever. Doesn't matter what you did. They won't learn to speak, in words, language, They won't do that. They won't walk around like people. It's done. It's set. That is the degree to which a child is conforming to the forces that are imposed on them. It's like, it's an almost unimaginable amount of plasticity that they're exhibiting. So now here I am, self-described man-child, and everything I do to and around my children, it's like me molding that Play-Doh. And I have actually taken a sculpture class, but it's been a really long time. And I don't know how to mold children. It's insanity that someone like me is allowed to have children, let's be honest here. But it's too late now, I can't take them back. No. There is some good news, I think. I mean, it's good and bad. The good news is, I think the best thing to do is closer to nothing in regards to parenting. In fact, there is literally a parenting philosophy called do nothing parenting. I love it. But it's not easy to implement, especially if you are emotionally immature. It's like it's going upstream. It is not what you will want to do naturally. And the core concept is that you get out of the way and you let the biology, all of the instinctual drive that is present in your little kid, you just let it do its thing. And you quit trying to give them the answers to the test. Because right now, the kid is studying. The kid is going to study everything that their instincts tell them to study. And their instincts are going to tell them that based on evolution. And that may seem like the long way, and you might want to take a shortcut, as I do. I want to give my kids the answer. I really do. I want to tell them, no, do it like this, and it'll be so much easier for you. I want that because I don't get how kids really work yet. And I've got my own emotional issues that make me uncomfortable when I see somebody else doing something wrong. And that's a real bugger of a thing to have to contend with. So I get uncomfortable when a kid, my kid especially, is doing something that isn't right. It's sort of like, I want to make it stop. Like, no, just do it this way, and then you will be good. Then you'll get it, and the problem will be solved. The thing is, there wasn't actually a problem there. That was a misdiagnosis on my part to assume that there was a problem. You know, if my kid is being what I would describe as like destructive, that's not actually a problem. That is a kid exploring and experimenting and learning about the world. It wasn't a problem. It's only a perceived problem from me, the property owner. Because I'm like, hey, that's my shit. You're breaking it. But it's not actually a problem. And I am constantly faced with making this choice now where I look at the situation. I go, okay, yes, he's doing something that is in this moment undesirable to me. He's making a mess. He's doing something clearly wrong, you know? He's using the dull side of the knife, and I just want him to flip it over and use the sharp side for the love of God. But even though it would be nice if he knew right away, oh, flip it over and get the sharp side going into the food and then it'll work better. Yes, that would be nice, but what would be nicer, what would be better than that, is if I didn't meddle in his process. If I gave him the respect and dignity to just figure it out himself. Because me, as a supposed adult, I do not like it when somebody tells me how to do something. I'm like, fuck off, I'll figure it out myself. And it's the same thing for a kid. My kid doesn't want me to do it for him. He doesn't want me to give him the answer. except when he does, in which case I'll gladly help him. But if he is not coming to me, asking, please, hey, help me out here, then it is the respectful thing to do to just let him figure it out. And he's not going to get it quickly. It's going to be a process. It's going to be a mess. And it's going to be a crowd of teenagers in the background. And if I detach myself from the desire for him to get it right and do it quickly, if I can let go of that, it's like I wanted to figure it out like okay, you can mess it up like once, maybe twice, but then you gotta get it. If I can let go of that and be like, look, he's gonna be messing shit up his entire life. There's no finish line here, or if there is, it's the grave. We're not hurrying to that. Like, let's not, please. So instead, just be like, yeah, life is about this perpetual learning process that you do basically yourself. And that's the beauty of it. If there was a cheat sheet and you used it, then you would have only cheated yourself out of life. And I don't want to cheat my kids out of their lives. So I'm trying to work on myself so that I have the emotional maturity to let them be, to let them live their lives, instead of thinking that I need to force you to be good, since that'll make me feel good. Okay. I hope somebody out there is enjoying these, because I like talking about this shit. It's incredibly important. It's scary how important it is. So it's a good thing to work on. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me on my little island. So yeah, and I mentioned it in the last video, but the mall is right back there. That's probably where the teenagers came from. But I'm glad they're down here at the river. Good for them. All right. Till next time.